Shivoham. Our religious scriptures are replete with battles aimed at upholding Dharma over Adharma. These battles depict great heroes, demons, celestial weapons, and supernatural beings. Hindu teachings say that war is the final option to be taken only after all the peaceful methods are exhausted. But when this time comes, war is glorified as the greatest duty one must perform to uphold the truth even at the cost of his life. The perennial battle between the Dev and Asur is taken to dominate over the three worlds Swarg, Bhumi and Patal. Both are said to be equal in might with great religious and martial powers, but the Dev are aligned to the worship of the Supreme Being and the practice of virtue or goodness. The Lord of Senses, who is Lord Indra, fights on behalf of the Dev, implying that we are in full power when we are on the side of truth. The Kaushitaki Upanishad states that Indra was weaker than the Asur when he did not know his own Atma or soul. Once Indra had self-knowledge, he became independent, sovereign and victorious over the Asur. There are many lessons we can learn from Mahabharata, the epic battle which was fought to restore Dharma or righteousness. In the war, Lord Krishna was on the side of Pandav with few conditions. One was that he will not raise a single weapon and only ride the chariot. This implied that he will only give direction. In the war, he made Pandav tell half lies and created illusions so that they finally won. This implied that all is fair when your intention is right. There is one interesting thing he told Arjun, a Pandav, who developed cold feet before the war with the thought of having to kill his own brothers and family. He told him that Kaurav are on wrong side of truth, so they are already dead. Similarly, in the epic story Ramayana, Hanuman is said to have told Narad Muni that those who do not chant the name of the Lord are like dead bodies. So his burning Lanka was nothing less than cremating them. I particularly love one story of Barbarik, a powerful Kshatriya who was the grandson of Pandav Bhim. He was an ace archer and was meant to fight on the losing side only. This meant that he would have made the Kaurav win. Before the war, Krishna asked for his head in sacrifice, which he did. And Krishna made him a god of Kalyug by his own name Shyam. This implies that the losing side is also Krishna and it sacrifices itself to make the truth win. What we learn from the ancient scriptures about war between Dharma and Adharma is God or life is always on side of truth. He gives direction, but you have to do the action. God is the voice inside you asking you to act. Darkness does not move much as it is dense and heavy. It controls, creates confusions, fears and illusions. Light travels and spreads far and beyond. It has to realize its nature. Light has to realize that it cannot be controlled. It always existed and will always exist. When light and dark meet, it is the darkness that is annihilated by light and not vice versa. Nature of light is independence, surrender, power, trust and faith. Nature of darkness is control, dependency, insecurity, and fear. Only thing that can stop light is its own ignorance of its true nature. Emotions are not carried by light. Its nature is oneness, truth, and dharma. It is power and intelligence. It lovingly envelops the non existence or darkness and makes it like itself. So, in one way, light does not kill. It removes the cover of falsity over the darkness and makes it like itself. Ultimately, both light and darkness are Leela of the same God. The purpose of life is the realization of Brahman or the higher self or God, who is truth, all knowingness and bliss.